Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. There is no great genius without some touch of madness. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. In all things of nature there is something of the marvelous. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. He who is unable to live in society, or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself, must be either a beast or a god. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Good habits formed at youth make all the difference. Republics decline into democracies and democracies degenerate into despotisms. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. The law is reason, free from passion. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. It is best to rise from life as from a banquet, neither thirsty nor drunken. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. The end of labor is to gain leisure. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. We make war that we may live in peace. Democracy is when the indigent, and not the men of property, are the rulers. Personal beauty is a greater recommendation than any letter of reference. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. Jealousy is both reasonable and belongs to reasonable men, while envy is base and belongs to the base, for the one makes himself get good things by jealousy, while the other does not allow his neighbor to have them through envy. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control, and outnumbers both of the other classes. To run away from trouble is a form of cowardice and, while it is true that the suicide braves death, he does it not for some noble object but to escape some ill. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. It is just that we should be grateful, not only to those with whose views we may agree, but also to those who have expressed more superficial views, for these also contributed something, by developing before us the powers of thought. The state comes into existence for the sake of life and continues to exist for the sake of good life. Democracy arises out of the notion that those who are equal in any respect are equal in all respects. Because men are equally free, they claim to be absolutely equal. No one would choose a friendless existence on condition of having all the other things in the world. A tragedy is a representation of an action that is whole and complete and of a certain magnitude. A whole is what has a beginning and middle and end. We are not angry with people we fear or respect, As long as we fear or respect them, you cannot be afraid of a person and also at the same time angry with him. For though we love both the truth and our friends, piety requires us to honor the truth first. It is Homer who has chiefly taught other poets the art of telling lies skillfully. A constitution is the arrangement of magistracies in a state. Excellence, then, is a state concerned with choice, lying in a mean, relative to us, this being determined by reason and in the way in which the man of practical wisdom would determine it. Both oligarch and tyrant mistrust the people, and therefore deprive them of their arms. Persuasion is clearly a sort of demonstration, since we are most fully persuaded when we consider a thing to have been demonstrated. Thank you for watching. I hope you support, like and comment. Subscribe to the Famous Quotes channel to receive all new